YouTube? What the crap's going on? HeirofCarthage back in the Macedon campaign. And since I was missing a day's worth of campaign yesterday, I'll try and do a couple episodes for you here all in one day. So hopefully you all enjoy that and don't get bloody eyes or boredom syndrome from watching me play. It is tomorrow actually when the Emperor Edition goes live, so I'm pretty excited about that. And we'll see what changes go live that weren't in the beta. I've been made aware that there are quite a few. Man, Gaul has gotten big. Check that out. They're all the way up against Carthage over here. I think Gaul needs to be our next target, unless... or the Arvernia. I'm saying Gaul. I'm an old school, I guess, Rome Total War player, I guess. Way back before they had all these different fancy factions in the game. Back in my day, it was one faction fits all. No, in any case, I'm done being the old man. Alright, so, yeah, let's just kind of see where I left off here. I think I was about to bushwhack some of these factions up here. And it does look like I am in that position, and we just finished knocking out the Dorsey outside of Pulpadeva, so these armies should be ready to go take out some of these other factions, so I think that's where I was, and that is where I will pick up this time. Let's get these guys into Port at Epidomnos. Go ahead and upgrade. Probably shots. Macedon can field archer ships, which I find to be pretty useful. Maybe they're not, you know, it may just be one of those things that I think they're useful and they're really not. That happens quite a bit wherever I'll use something and then you all have discovered something that I probably should have discovered, or, you know, something to that order. Alright. Let's end this turn, and on the next turn we can continue the fight, conquer some more territory. Guess I better start my timer, because I hadn't done that previously. If not, I end up making you episodes of very much varying length, which maybe some of you like the longer ones, and then maybe some are shorter, but I like to try and keep it consistent, where you know what you're going to get every day. You know, I stopped for just a second, and I was like, you know, I should check to make sure I'm not about to create any patchy factories. And like, nah, I think I'm good. Nope. 2 of them, in fact. So, we'll zoom over to them, see where I screwed it up. And sure enough, in this new city. So that's gonna wreck my food production for a little while and cost me some money to tear them down. So well done, Air. Way to start off. I'm gonna build another library there. I want to tank up on libraries. See if I can get all the research done. Make my faction that much more powerful with all the bonuses and whatnot. So let's see. The Bruisi or Bruek. Yeah, I'm just gonna call him Bruisi, or I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm going to call him the Bruisi. If I'm pronouncing it wrong, you can correct me in the comments. These guys are at war with the Nori, which is good, because if I attack them, the Nori probably won't care. And then, let's see, these guys are at war with Apuli, which they're right here, which I'm going to kill them anyway. So this shouldn't really create any strange relation problems for me on a diplomatic scale, and you all have been telling me that the agent, I put him back into the wrong army, and you are correct. I meant to have him come train this other army, so we'll just get him heading this direction, and we can meet up with these guys after they capture Segestica. So I am going to declare war. They've got a force defending. That is a... well, it's only 2 noble horse, Oathsworn, some chosen swordsmen. It's actually not a bad little army, considering they're such a small faction. I mean, it shouldn't be anything compared to what I've got here, but again, not bad. Let's assault. It says that I have pretty much no chance of success, which I find hilarious and insulting all at the same time. The redneck rabble is going to easily beat the pants off these guys. Their chosen swordsmen are good units, and very well might be able to beat Thorax swords head on, and especially since I have it on the hard difficulty, they probably could. But the thing is those spearmen are going to get owned by the Thorax swords, and then my Thessalian Cav, while though not quite up to snuff with Noble Horse, is pretty cost effective versus them, and I have other units to help support with. We're going to wait, see if we can get something not in the rain, because I want to use my archers to the best effect.
Thorax swordsman!
This map's actually a little broken up, so perhaps a little bit for the better that this army is swordsmen. We've got Thurio spears to protect the flanks. I really like the Thurio spear unit in this patch. It is a great bang for your buck type unit. In my opinion, very much worth it. And I'm going to put all my Thessalians on one flank, and I'll put my general on my right flank with my citizen cav. And let's just get our army. Whoops, one last thing. Take these guys off skirmish. There we go. Let's get things started. Move up to face these guys. Put those guys in cover. And let's see. Looks like these guys are backing up to meet the reinforcements. Or actually, they're probably going to back up to try and get a slight high ground advantage. I'm pretty sure I have a big skirmish advantage, though. They have a slinger unit there. Skirmishers. Skirmishers. Yeah, I mean, I have a skirmish advantage. And I should have a nice cav advantage as well. I know my Thessalian cav in numbers can kill the noble horse. And I am quite certain that my companion cav will kill their noble horse. As long as I get a good charge. I say that. The difficulty modifications may make a difference. I know that were all things balanced, the companion cav should lay waste to the noble horse as long as it gets a good charge. In this patch, at least. Perhaps not in the past, but... Alright, I'm going to fast forward, get my guys into position. I did technically attack these guys. They did sally out onto the battlefield, but it still behooves me to attack them. Because if I don't and the time runs out, then I lose. And I'm going to let my guys rest when I get closer to, because I'm running them a lot. But the AI, once it's defensive, will stay defensive unless you get too close. So it gives you plenty of time to go ahead and run and then rest your men afterwards. Which, unless you let them get completely exhausted, isn't so bad. But you can imagine how much longer it takes to march across the map when they're walking. Let's see. Yeah, these guys were winded at worst, so it shouldn't take them too long to get caught up. The Thurio Spears are a little bit quicker units. Another reason why I like them. Okay, looks like all my units, except for that one, are fresh again. And it is now as well. Okay, go ahead and move up just a little more. Bring my cav up as well. And these buildings and stuff might actually make it more difficult for me to get a good cav charge, so I'm going to have to watch out. Make sure that I do accomplish that. And I'm going to keep my archers behind my swordsmen, even though it'll give them even more of a range disadvantage to the enemy slingers, and that's mainly because the enemy cav will sometimes just completely YOLO charge your archers, and then it kind of ends up disrupting all your swords. So I'd like to get a nice clean sword charge. Okay, my men are still well rested. Let's move up closer still. Gonna have to be methodical about this, I guess, because the AI has chosen its campground and is sticking to it. Not sure what the AI is going to do here. I don't know if they're going to bring their horses around or if they're going to come through here. So I might keep these Thessalians back for just a moment. Whereas on this side it ought to be a little more clear what to do with my cav. And no doubt the AI is just going to lock onto my cavalry like a missile. Let's take these guys. Let's actually just go ahead and move up within range of the enemy. I'm going to spread my men out a little. I'm going to let my infantry get just a little bit ahead of my missiles. Alright, let's go ahead and move our archers up. I'll bring one Thessalian cav this way. Thessalians. I'm probably always saying that wrong. Okay. Enemy Celtic slingers and skirmishers in front of me. Just gonna get my men up here and get ready to charge. Enemy's going into shield wall. No, actually they're gonna move forward. Good. And their cav looks like it is all coming down one side, right towards my Thurio Spears. I'm gonna let my Thurio Spears sit here and throw some javelins and then hold up all these enemies. That ought to work out to my advantage.
Swords!
Let's get some counter charges.
Melee troops ready and waiting. Ready. By your command.
Should be able to break through right there. Alright. Start moving in my cavalry.
General! Ride them down!
And let's get my archers focusing here. I'm actually losing these thorax swords pretty badly at the center to their chosen swordsmen. I'm going to need to pull in a hammer and anvil strike quickly. Got a bad charge there. Let's bring our citizen cav around.
Ready and waiting.
We're going to need to support my infantry rather quickly. So I'm going to try and hit these guys where it counts. In fact, I'm just going to bypass that light cav for now. They don't concern me. Take my Thessalians straight into the back of... Yeah, my general did thrash that noble horse. And there comes the rear charge from my Thessalian cavalry. And that ought to wreck the chosen swordsmen, who were otherwise winning that fight. Normally they wouldn't win that. They would win the charge. And, well, I say normally they wouldn't win that. Actually, they very well might. I take that back. In this patch, they very well might. I need to equal out the infantry fight quick, so that's why I left my Thessalians there. See if I could finish off those chosen swordsmen. And it looks like we did get a rout on one of them, and we're near routs on the other. I can now take this fire from my archers. And let's line up for more rear charges here. Put these guys in a diamond. Give their charge a little more punch. And there's some more chosen swordsmen I want to take out there. And my Thessalian cav over here is actually holding out long enough against that noble horse. That stupid Celtic skirmisher unit got in my way. This fight's actually evening out a little more than I'd like it to against my general. Let's use second wind. And I'm in. And it looks like my rear charge is this time fairly successful here. Bring back my Thessalians, and we're going to do a trample charge this time to see if we can kind of deliver the coup de grace here. I'm going to take those guys out of formation attack too.
The men are wavering.
There we go. I am losing a Thurio spear on this flank, but I'm about to reinforce from behind with thorax swords. So I'll take some damage in this fight, but I think it's in the end going to be acceptable. And the main battle line is now gone. Wow, those guys are holding out really well. I bet we can break them right here. Bring in my companion cav general for a rear charge, and this ought to demoralize and destroy these spearmen pretty bad.
Our men flee the field of battle. This is a shameful display.
There we go. It looks like I got one of those spear units, but the other one's holding out strong. Wow, the enemy is doing amazingly well. They have an oath sworn there. I'm gonna try and take out that noble horse.
This is a shameful display. Our general has fallen.
Wow, my general did die. I guess I shouldn't have left him engaged in the back of those spears. I expected them to rout, actually, and they did not. So let's extricate these cav units. The enemy noble cav's trying to get away from my swordsmen, and now they're under heavy archer fire. So they won't last much longer. And those enemy spears are going to just chase the remnants of my companion cav. Let's take my citizen cav out of diamond so I can move a little bit faster. Alright, the noble horse over here is gone for the most part. It's down to 6 men, so I'm just gonna let my archers finish it. A tougher fight than I expected. Guess I underestimated these units a little bit. Oh, those are spear warriors. I thought they were levy freemen. That actually totally makes sense. Spear warriors are a lot more hardy unit, so understandable that they perform better and lasted longer in a fight. Those chosen swordsmen were outnumbered. Yeah, those spear warriors are gonna get chewed on by my archers. Look at this Oathsworn. still in here just beasting it up. I bet he gets a lot of kills. I'm going to surround it and use the whip. Archers are out of ammo. That stupid spearman actually caught my companion cav somehow. My general's dead already though, so it doesn't matter. Let's go ahead and end the battle. It was costly, but we managed to take it. The enemy actually deployed about the same number of men as me. I'm wondering why it gave them such an advantage there in the auto-resolve. Maybe it's like a defense bonus or something that they get for being the defenders. Could be. They died, nonetheless. One of my generals died, but so be it. He was a fairly new general. Not particularly concerned about it. We did destroy their faction, which is good. And let's see, I can't remember if he was an Antigonid character, or if he was one of the others. I can't remember. I've been using the companion cav general, which is not bad, but since I have Thessalian cavalry, I might consider using a different general. I might go back to the shield bearer, give it a shot for a while. And I really do like the companion cav, though. I'm gonna upgrade all these troops before I tear down that building. Don't have the money to convert it, but we can tear this stuff down. So I think that completes. No, we need a kink to also be in control of this province. So if we go capture it, we'll be in complete control. I don't want to go to war with the Nori yet at this point because I don't want to open up unnecessary fronts. This army can start traveling towards a kink. We haven't filled out this army either. Let's move up to the border of this province because I think I have some decent recruiting structure here. I need to replace a Thessalian cav that I lost in that battle. But for this army, I'm trying to think just as a quick pickup unit. I've got enough slingers. I might pick up a couple of these Agrionian axemen just as support units. I don't have enough money for both, but whatever. We'll go ahead and get one and then go about our way. This army here is going to just kind of temporarily stay in Italy until I decide I might be ready to take on the Arverni head-on, which I think will be fun because they're kind of a larger empire on the map right now, and it'll be fun to take them on and see what kind of challenge we get out of them. So we're going to give this hero militancy. And let's end the turn. My income is definitely skyrocketing at this point, which is great. We want to keep it high because I'm going to need to train more armies. Right now I'm not running near all the troops that I could. I'm trying to use the extra money to reinvest in my buildings so that I can improve my settlements quickly. Looks like we're going to have to spend most of our money on buildings here as well. So we'll convert that building. And then let's see here. Probably wouldn't hurt to have a muster field. And then we're going to need to convert some culture here, so I'll go ahead and build a consecrated ground. And then out here we'll put in one farm and one of these gathering place structures. And then we'll do something similar in a kink. Let's get him to do some military training on this army, which is the one that I need some chevrons on. Looks like we gained a couple of chevrons here and there during that last battle. My troops are going to need to replenish. I cannot get an extra Thessalian cav at the moment, but we could pick up this mercenary Tarentine cav in the meantime. Just keep him around until I'm able to replace that Thessalian cav. Okay. I think we've got most of our buildings that need to be upgraded or in the process of. I could upgrade some of these harbors. It's going to take more food, but I think I have plenty for the moment. And honestly, that's may not be a bad way to spend my money since I don't really need to spend it elsewhere. But let's take a look around. I want to do town centers and stuff first. Library being upgraded won't hurt either. I guess I could run out of food doing this. I'll have to keep an eye on it. Each one of these is costing me 3 food, basically. But that's okay. Like, I have 30 for now, and I'm going to be building another farm as we speak, so it should work out for the time being. This one's going to give me the biggest return, and it doesn't cost food, just public order, which for now should be good. And then we'll do that as well. That's going to take most of my money at this point.
At your command.
And I think that we don't really need to stick around with this army. We can push forward. I do have one slot open in the army. Let's see what kind of mercs we can pick up. Nothing of huge interest to me here. I actually might spend this money upgrading their armor and weapons instead. Oh, I guess I don't have enough money to do it on all my men. Let's leave out the missile units first. Still not enough, huh? Jeez. It's gonna be a pretty expensive upgrade. Alright, well I'll get the rest of them on the next turn before we march on to that province. Let's see, let's go ahead and end another turn. It seems like although it takes a little more micromanagement to use pikes correctly, they're kind of handy in the campaign. Not in every situation, because the AI will use their skirmishers against you pretty effectively. But you saw how my thorax swordsmen were not definitely guaranteed to win that fight. So it was more of a challenge for them to win. Not to say that a challenge is a bad thing, but clearly pikes are very good at one thing and one thing only, which is destroying enemies from the front. I am going to trespass just to see what they've got going on here to see whether this is suicide or not. I can't actually see their armies. Well, what the heck. If it's suicide, then it's suicide. But I think I'm going to go for it. I've got pikes for holding, hoplites for holding, and I've got some companion cav and pretty well chevron citizen cav skirmishers. Should be good. Let's just take these guys out and claim their territory for our own. 4 ballista, is that really necessary? Let's see. The rest of their troops, though, are very shaky. And with as much cav as I have, it shouldn't be hard for me to get at their ballistas. Though with 4 of them, they're guaranteed to get at least a few kills. Let's go ahead and, I'm thinking about encircling them. That way they'll sally out against me. I want to get at their ballista on open ground. I'm going to encircle them and see. I'm pretty sure they'll come out after me on the first ending of the turn that I do. Let's see, we got all those structures underway. There's another library here I'd like to go ahead and upgrade. And then let's take care of this minor settlement. And then this major settlement here. And like I said, I think we have some more farms on the way. And I may not have... Yeah, I haven't done the research to improve my farms at this point. We need to do that research after this is completed. Oh, I've got some agents here that I could use. Leave those guys garrisoned here for now. And let's get this agent up here. I should have had them up here scouting already. Alright. Seems like we're capturing territory rather nicely. This is probably going to be just about all the time I have for this episode as well. We got a nice fight in, captured some more territory, expanding our Macedonian influence. And some of you have asked...
would surely benefit if we agreed to open trade from this
No,
day.
because I'm going to attack you soon. A lot of you have wondered why I haven't gone east. It's because I was thinking it might be a little more fun to kind of do like a what-if scenario with, you know, if Macedon had expanded west instead of east. I know it's not the same time period as Alexander the Great, and I'm going to go east eventually. I just thought this would be fun. Anyway, HeirofCarthage signing off for now.